Hey Rebecca, how are you?
Good. How are you, Bronwyn?
I'm doing really well, thank you. And I really am so grateful for you getting on this call with me today. We're talking about the Holistic Harmony Small Business Program. Could you tell me just, you know, give us a starting point of where this it
Yeah,
started?
yeah. Uh, almost a year ago now, I started up a company with my husband, and a friend of ours. Um, None of us had ever run a business before, so it was all really new to all of us. Um, so we were sort of in the midst of that, and I needed some help with like accounts and administration. And that's when I was recommended you.
Mhm.
And I guess that's where our relationship began.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's right. And um, so just immediately before you started the program, what were the biggest problems that you were dealing with?
Oh, gosh. Probably the biggest problem was overwhelm. I was having quite a lot of sessions, booking a lot of sessions with you. Um, just sort of taking me back to the basics of what you need to know to start a business. And I just needed, yeah, to go back to basics and get some structure and some processes in what I was trying to do. And I was just fortunate enough that you were in the throes of deciding to start the program, and you, I guess, identified that a lot of the things that I was struggling with were things that you could help with the program. And I was just lucky enough for you to invite me to be a part of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've found it was really wonderful to be able to find that connection that, okay, well, this is something that I think can help people. And now look, here's someone who absolutely would benefit from what it is that I have to share. So
Yeah.
what did you like the most about completing the program with me?
Uh, Gosh, there's many things. Um, I think to come down to the most important thing that I liked about it was that it catered for the human behind the business, and like the earth behind the corporations. It
Mm.
wasn't just all about, sort of the business structures. It was going deep into that so that you could then sort of build up to, yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And that it was at my own pace. There was no pressure. It was tailored to like the things that I needed specifically. And I got to, prioritize what I needed at the time. Um, yeah, I
Yeah.
could go on and on.
Okay.
It was invaluable to me at that point,
Yeah.
in running my business.
That's really wonderful. It really means a lot to me to hear that. So, what have you found since completing it has been the biggest improvement?
Uh, the mental load that I carry daily,
Hmm.
is a lot lighter, if that makes sense. Like I've got a clear process, and order in which I can follow to do things, which means at the end of the day, I'm not like going to bed with all this stuff in my head that I need to think about. I can wake up in the morning and just follow the processes that we've created.
Hmm.
I spend a lot less time in panic mode and putting out fires,
That's
um,
good.
and
Yes.
more time just referring back to the program and the steps that we've gone through together.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Fantastic. So, now what was holding you back from working with a coach before this came along?
Well, being new to running a business, We had a lot of people telling us, what they thought was the right way to run a business.
Mhm.
And I think it was just overload of information. So
Yeah.
I was really resisting sort of taking on anything else. And I was just sort of, treading water and, sink or swim. But I think I just wasn't giving myself permission to spend the time and the money to work on those things to make my business life easier.
Hmm. Yep. Okay. And so what was that tipping point and that reason that you decided to give it a go in the end?
I think because every session, like I sort of had a rapport with you
Hmm.
already, and every session that we had been so valuable to me that I sort of, I trusted that you weren't going to tell me how to run my business, and you were going to find processes that work specifically for me and the way I needed.
Yeah.
Um, and I knew, like, by the first couple of sessions, because they were, bringing you back to the start and down to the core of everything, um, I then felt like I was happy to carry on for the rest of the steps. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Great. All right. So and with that, is there anything that surprised you that you weren't expecting as you completed the program?
Uh, I think a part of me still felt like I was just going to be overwhelmed,
Hmm.
and overloaded with information. Like there was always still that little voice in there going like, your brain can't hold anything else.
You're already full.
But
Yeah.
it wasn't like that. Like I still got heaps of, I learned so much during all the sessions. Um, yeah, but it wasn't an overload. It was, yeah. I think because we had the workbook set up
Hmm.
um, with all the tabs and different sheets, I could always go back to them at any time in between our sessions. And so I wasn't feeling like I had to take on all of that information straight away.
Sure. Yeah.
I still had that to refer back to. So yeah, I
Fantastic.
think, yeah,
That's great.
surprised myself by how much it helped me and how sort of natural it was to move through the steps.
Hmm. That is wonderful to hear. It really does mean a lot. And so what's the next step for you now?
Uh, well, survive our second year. Um, and sort of just keep building on those systems and those processes that we created.
Hmm.
Because I have more experience and hopefully more sessions with you throughout the year.
That would be
Um,
great. Yeah.
yeah, we can
And
build on.
it is something that we've talked about before, how a lot of it is just, doing it and that experience and the going over it over and over again, it
Yeah,
really solidifies it and you're just always in a constant process of refining and developing and growing.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Nurture my business into its second year
Yeah.
and
Beautiful.
keep rolling on speed dial.
All right. So I'd love for you to give your business a bit of a promotion here. So tell everyone, what's your business?
Yep. We have a commercial landscaping business called WestEdge Developments. Um, yeah, my husband has, 20 odd years in the industry. So we're, yeah, really just trying to step into it and find our way. And yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We
Thanks.
don't have a web page, but we've got a Facebook.
Yep.
Uh, yeah.
That's brilliant. All right. Well, Rebecca, thank you. I really appreciate this so much, and it's been an absolute pleasure to work with you.
I feel so lucky to have been part of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bronwyn.